going through the missed a lesson checklist. So like if you're at home and you miss a day and you're not sure what to do, you have options to prepare yourself so that you don't fall behind in this class. I'm going to show you how to do some different things in the textbook and then explain how my website could be helpful as well. All right? So right now you need to get your Chromebooks out. You need to log into Clever. I'm going to show you a few different ways to go about doing that. All right? So let me switch over here. So if you go to Chrome and just, or go to Google, you could use the actual address. Like if you've forgotten how to get to their website, the login website, and you don't have your Chromebook. I know on your Chromebook you just select the bookmark. But the actual website address, if you do a search for big ideas, it doesn't bring you to where you need to go. It is our textbook, but it doesn't bring you to the login for our district for it. So you need to go to clever.com/in/LKStevens. Okay? And when you do that, it'll bring you to this page, the login page. Okay? And then from there, you put in your password. And you could click log into Clever. So right now I want everyone to go through that process, get logged in there. Okay, hey, the other way that you guys could go through and get to the Clever website, if you forgot that address, you don't have it written down at home, you don't have your planner, I want everyone to go to the Cavallera homepage. Okay? So log into the Cavallera, log onto the Cavallera website. And then I want you to go down to teacher page. And under teacher page, you're finding my name, which is McCoy. And then once you're in here, you look at my picture that's way old, and then you go to website. That brings you to my class website, okay, where you can actually access our course. How many of you have been on this website before? Okay, oh good, so everyone's been there. Let's click on our class, which is geometry, and then from here, if we want to get to the textbook, we can click here, and that'll actually bring you to the same page. Okay? So you can get there that way as well. Please note also, from the website, everyone click on Chapter 1 right now. In Chapter 1, we've covered 1.1 and 1.2. This is our video lesson from 1.1, where it says in-class lesson. That is actually what we did on that day. So you can go in here, you can see what we've done in class. This is the only class I have this year, and you're the only ones that's covered it, so that's there. There's also some stuff from Prentice Hall. It's an old textbook, and some quick quizzes about this lesson. They're online quizzes. They're not from our textbook, so they don't match up perfectly. There's Virtual Nerd, which is some lessons from college-age students doing some math lessons. And then these right here, the example 1, 2, and 3, monitor progress. Like as we're going through today's stuff on 1.4, eventually you'll see an in-class here. And then the monitoring progress we do today, there are 11 of them. Okay, all 11 of them you could access right here. So the first example we'll go through as a class, if you click on it here, it is this problem. Okay, it'll be the same thing that you would get if once you're into big ideas, if you click on right now dynamic ebook, that's your textbook. If we want to go to section 1.4, which is today's lesson, once you've selected your book, All right, so up here at the table of contents, you click on that. We'll go to 1.4 right there. There, by the way, is our pre-quiz. Click on 1.4. And that monitoring progress, number 1, is this same problem right here on page 30. So it brings you to the exact same thing as if you were to click this little button next to problem 1. It brings you to that same video lesson. Okay? So I've kind of, on the class website, I've made direct links to those. So if you're referencing your textbook at home, or if you're just need to see an example of some problems from this section, they're all right there as well. All right? This right here that says McCoy Understanding Area and Perimeter, that was like a lesson from my previous years when we did this information in a different textbook. Okay, so right now what I want you to do, I want you in this page right here. So in Big Ideas, I want you to page, actually I want you one back from there. I want you on page 29, please. Okay? So everyone get there, and then once you're there, give me your attention up ahead again. Okay, so I'm going to switch over so we can talk about this page again. Mine's white, but I gave you a blue sheet that you're going to keep in front of your binder that's going to tell you what you can do if you're absent a day. This is how you could go through the book lesson. What I'd expect you to do is I'd expect you to go to the online textbook like we've done. I'd expect you to find example 1, study the solutions to it, reference the video links for the extra example similar to example 1. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to move back to the textbook and just show you what I'm talking about, just in case you don't know. The first part of 1.4 is exploration. I have that always at the beginning of every section. You click over to the next page there. It brings you to your examples. You'll notice the core concept. This would be the same core concept that's in your student journal. Okay? Example 1's right here. Now, example 1, classify each polygon. So you study that and you think, okay, the solution, well, that's four-sided, it's quadrilateral, and it's concave because it looks like a little cave right there. Or if you were to connect diagonals, not all diagonals run to the interior of the shape. There's a diagonal on the exterior. Okay? If you didn't understand that, you could click right here. Tutorial. Now, since I've zoomed in, notice I have that 4-way arrow. To get a pointer where I could select, I have to select the pointer in the corner. And I could go to Tutorial and select that, and brings me to a similar problem to example 1. It's not the same, so you could look at it. You could go, okay, here's the answer, and then you could watch the video on it that actually walks you through it. And it's a 1:10 video for this one. Okay? So they go through it. It's not always an amazing explanation, but they walk through it with you. Okay? After you finish looking through the example, studying the problem, and then referencing the online extra example, you complete the monitor progress after the example. So down here, usually after every example or two, there's some monitoring progresses. Once again, this exact problem is on this online video right here. And this exact problem is on that online video. So anytime you see that little blue dot with the little play feature, that's an online video. If I select the next page, it brings me to example 2. And notice example 2, there is monitor progress right after that as well. So when do you actually finish getting to, when do you actually finish this? Well, you have to keep going until you run out of examples. Okay, so there's example 3. You have some monitoring progress. Example 4, another monitoring progress. And there we go. Now there's not any more examples, so you're done. That's how you can go and use this checklist to do a video or a lesson online. You just keep repeating the process all the way through all the examples. Now, if that is too much for you, or you're like, I really wish I could just see what we did in class, you could just log into our class webpage, the class website. You could go up to the website and just find the in-class video lesson. I don't have it for 1.4 because I'm recording it right now, but 1.3 is right there. And that will be exactly what we're doing in class, which really in class a lot of times we're working through those monitoring progress. So if you'd rather have my explanation, you could just watch what we did in class. That would take care of doing all of this. Now sometimes when I'm in class, the recording malfunctions, so if it's not there, if I don't have a video up, then you're going to have to go through this process. Okay? Other things you could do, you could use your student journal to complete the definitions and try the extra practice problems. Okay? I would always expect that you do this. Print your assignment off Skyward if you have a printer. If not, come and get a copy from me out of the extra copies bin. The way you print it off Skyward is on the back of your sheet. So go ahead and look at the back of your sheet. Once again, you're keeping this in the front of your binder as a reference. So if you miss a day, you log on to Skyward. You find your math class. This is an Algebra 4 class, but you click on the grade. That grade will then open up all your assignments for that class. You find the desired assignment that you want to click, or you want the copy for. You click on it. That's going to open a text box there. And there is a little paper clip next to the title. That paper clip is what you select, and underneath that paper clip it tells you what we did on that assignment. This one happened to be example all, skip, 13 and 14 mixed, 11 through 52 all. Okay? This little paper clip will give you a downloadable document. That's how you print off your assignments for this class. Why do I show you this? Because usually I get emails from students to say, hey, can you send me the assignment? And I don't send them out. I put them on Skyward, or you have to come in and get them from me. Okay? So keep this as a good reference. All right, last thing. Any questions you have, I want you to discuss with me before school or at lunch. And then once you've completed the assignment that you missed, you score it using the solutions notebook up front. All right. Any questions?